is good, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Fundamism podcast. It's your boy, Paul J. Long, and we are coming to you all the way from Charlie Hustle headquarters. Of course, Charlie Hustle, if you don't know, is our sponsor. So if you didn't, now you know. Go to charliehustle.com, guys. What are you waiting for? They got awesome stuff. Our guest this week, he's trying to holler at you about it. I don't know what you're waiting for. They've done right by me, and I'm certain they'll do right by you. So, get your popcorn ready, because I've been told that my energy is how do they say it on the street? On fleek? On fleek, I think that's a thing.
Is it still?
I don't know. But today's guest, I have known since the 5th grade. He was my ride or die right next to John Stoner. Been with me since day one, because day one started in the 5th grade.
5th grade.
Ever since I was kicking them Diodoras out, them soccer knives.
Tell somebody.
My boy, C.C. Brown, Charlie Calvin Brown. What's good, man?
Oh, what's happening, sir?
Oh my goodness. So I say I'm excited for every podcast, and mainly because this is my jam. Like, you know, I like to kick it and have a good time and talk about stuff that gives me strength. But man, you get into a room and I feel like me on crack.
For sure.
Which is a problem.
When I see you in a room, you look like you on crack.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's what my mama said.
But I was smoking with you though. All right with you.
We have never done crack, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't do crack. Crack is whack from the 80s.
So you're gonna want. I said, get your popcorn ready. Ready? Redder too.
Redder. It's a word.
So boy, you want like hot butter on some what? A popcorn. Ooh. Charlie Calvin Brown, you are an individual that's always having fun.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, most of the podcasts that we go through, there's a significant message, something that you could take away, and this is going to have that. But you know what? Most people that have listened to this podcast, they tell me outside that one thing that they appreciate most is when they laugh. When I laugh, when guests laugh. And that's why I had to have you on, because you're always laughing. And us together, we just, the laughter is dialed up.
18, sir.
It's so 18. What's the 18 song? I
ain't getting on the plane, fool.
I pity him. I pity the fool. So, CC Brown, first question that we ask every single guest, what do you do for fun, my friend?
I'm just like you said, even when I'm by myself, I can make myself laugh. So the biggest thing right now that I'm doing, I like to give, you know how people say like, man, you're on your way, you're the next this, or you're the next that, and they give some name that you know or something like that. Like, you know, is he the next LeBron James? And all this kind of stuff. You know,
you're the next Shakira.
Right, you know what I'm saying? But what I like to do is I like to make up my own names, you know what I'm saying, to make myself laugh, because, you know, there's sometimes where you're feeling down, you're thinking, man, you know, I'm not really on my way, I'm not really doing it right now, but I'm like, man, I'm the next Johnny Fogeldyne.
Hey, real talk though, Johnny Fogeldyne is fire right now.
Is he?
Yeah.
Dropping heat.
Heat. Out in Scotland?
Yes. Or maybe New Zealand. I'm thinking Ireland maybe.
Potentially.
Yes. You could even do it with people that you don't even know. Like they hit you in such a way that you're like, man, struck by you, like, man, you're the next Jesse Sicklebottom. You know what I'm saying? You're like, you just make up this name and then you leave and wonder if they're going to Google that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes. Yeah. Donald Duck doesn't reveal much, and you said, but he does have a...
He does have a butt quack.
A butt quack.
A butt quack. Holla if you hear me.
So...
I stole that joke.
It's all good, man.
It's cool.
Listen, that's not stealing.
That's
taking joy and spreading it around.
Right.
I never heard it before.
Hashtag repost.
Yes. So, racism, it's a topic.
Yes, it is.
You want to talk about it? You want to hear? Here you go.
I wrote a song about it. Like, here you go.
So you and I met each other in the 5th grade.
Yes, sir.
And I had the bowl cut. I had the David Robinson jersey that I wore 4 out of 5 days a week.
Sounds nice.
I had the soccer Diodoras on.
Remember them big Chris Webbers you had?
Yeah,
on?
Yeah, never matched anything. They were bright. They were Golden State colors.
Yeah.
Blue and orange, blue and yellow. They were nice, but they didn't go with the Trojan red and white.
Not at all.
But I didn't care. I was fire.
It's clashing.
I didn't pay nobody, never mind, because I just enjoy me. Right. And I think you knew that about me back in the day.
Yes, sir.
And I think that's why we always kind of connected with one another. So I've often heard, and I know that you've heard this, whenever we're in the room, people will say to me and people say to you, like, oh, you're the black version of Paul Long.
Mm-hmm.
And I am, did I get that right? Yeah. And I am the white version of CC Brown.
Yeah.
I mean, we just feed off each other's energy and we're constantly entertaining. And it's not about other people, it's about ourselves. Like, I admire what you said. Right now, you're making up these names. Like, because Rob asked me earlier, what do you do? What do you do when you're down? And I told him, man, I've been getting in the mirror lately. And I just start acting out stuff, or I'll just start acting a fool or saying whatever comes to my mind. And I'll just make myself laugh, but not disingenuous.
Like, Paul, you're the next Jason Stinkelmeyer.
That's right. Ooh-wee.
Jason. Ladies.
Hit him with that.
Stinkelmeyer on the mic. Supersize it, defries it.
So even in
Catch
fifth
me
grade,
in the street, girl. No, for real, catch me in the street. Pick me up. I don't have a car.
Yeah, my man he's for reals. He's singles and he's hot to trot, ladies.
Oh my God, so hot.
Hey, you know them kids? He's got trios. But they are gorgeous and they're well mannered and he's ready to mingle.
Yeah.
I mean,
I call him Beamer, Benz, and Bentley because
little Lloyd Banks on him.
Yeah, that's all. That's where that money went. You know, I wanted a Beamer, Benz, and Bentley. You know, but
is that Lloyd Banks?
That's what.
Beamer. No, that's Jim Jones.
No, it's Lloyd Banks. You got it. Yeah.
Sometimes
that's that Virgo with me, you know. I gotta embrace that. First of all.
So you, we immediately connected from the moment that I went out on the basketball court. Never shot a basketball, I don't think.
Right.
I say, hey, toss me that rock.
Okay, so basically, this is how it went down. You know what I'm saying? Yes. You rolled up on the court, like you said. You already described the attire, so you know was cool with that. And I was like, hey man, you know, can you ball? You like, hell yeah, I can ball. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, cool, my squad, because usually, you know, I'm gonna do the most, and I'm not trying to lose. So you know, hits you off with a pass. Smooth air ball. I mean, it was over.
It was over the backboard.
It was like Shaq free throw short. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty serious. So we dubbed you that name, Airball Paul, which only lasted about a good week, I think.
True. Because then I started getting buckets.
Oh yeah, you started going ham on us. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it was.
Side note: I never got buckets. He's feeding my ego right now.
The competitiveness. That is
true. And we played for hours and hours and hours on end. We had so many memories on that court and other courts. But you know, we talk about racism and how, you know, I feel like I mentioned to you earlier before we started, I said, we're going to talk about cultural appropriation, right? And how white dudes think it's okay to act black now.
Right.
And drop the N-word.
Yeah.
Like I just saw a Twitter video of a high school boy talking to his dad, like in his grill, saying, what's up? Calling him the P word. And then he started saying, what's up, N-word? He's like, you know, what's up? You won't do nothing. This is his son.
So how many seconds was this clip?
Dude, it was like a minute and 20 seconds. Okay, and the dad is just taking it.
Us growing up, we would have probably got like, you know, that would have been like a 5-second clip for us. It would have been like, what's up?
It would have taken my dad at least 3.5 minutes to get off the couch and get out them draws. Because, growing up, we'd walk in. And, of course, we'd have to step through the screen door.
Yes. Remember that day you just tripped out the screen door?
I'd rather not talk about that.
That was the greatest. That was one of the greatest memories. I'll cherish that.
Just so you guys could get a visual, so we had a screen door, and the actual physical door was always open. So the screen door was just there, protecting us from all the bugs. But, we didn't have a screen on it, so the bugs could just freely fly in the crib.
Country.
It was Osawatomie, Kansas.
Country.
Home of the state hospital.
Country.
That's how we do it.
Yep.
And so, we would always open the door. The screen door sometimes is a challenge. I mean, that takes an additional 2.5
seconds?
Yeah.
At least. Who's got time?
2.5. That's right. Ain't nobody got time for that. And so what we would do is we'd just smooth jump out that thing. It was probably about a foot and a half.
You're right.
My
goal's still up there, though. My basketball goal. So is John Stoner. Shout out to John Stoner. Winston.
Gravel court, that was.
Mm-hmm.
You had a gravel court.
Yeah, I asked my dad to go to camp one year. He was like, you got camp right out there, boy. Camp Gravel. What? What are you talking about right now?
And that was senior.
Yep.
Charlie Brown.
Yes, sir.
Was his middle name Calvin as well?
Yep, Calvin.
So,
R.I.P. Pops.
So RIP. So both CC and I have lost our fathers in relatively close time frame.
Yeah, maybe like 1 or 2 years.
And it was interesting how we both handled it, which I'd like to chat with you about. Let's finish up the topic. This is going to happen. A little squirrel action from time to time.
Right.
Let's talk about growing up in this small town where there were two other African American gentlemen in our school. There was Greg McMullen and Cordius, who was a year under us. Mm-hmm. Anybody else?
Justin Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Uncle JD.
Uncle Justin.
Uncle Justin is the youngest uncle I ever encountered in my life.
But he had like 37 nieces and nephews.
At least. Uncle Justin, loan me $1. He like, loan me $1. I'm broke. We're like 8 years old, walking to the complex. I'm like, man, you're an uncle right now, bro. For real.
Were any of them actually related?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were all, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's got sisters much older. So
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Bree.
Yeah, Bree, what up, Bree?
So what was interesting about all of those gentlemen and you were the youngest next to Cordius, but Greg went through high school and JD went through high school, and they never really got into it much. I feel like I recall.
Right.
With the demographic of folk that really gave you a hard time,
yes,
right?
Sir. Yeah.
We called them back in the day. We didn't have any intelligence. I mean, we went with our gut. It was Hicks, and I don't know what we were called, but the Hicks, man, they got into you all the time, and it seemed like you were always fighting.
Yeah.
What do you think? Why do you think you caught the brunt of that versus Greg or Uncle Justin?
Well, I believe I was a little bit more. I wouldn't conform too much to what was going on. I mean, like, first day of school, I got in a fight with one of them, and I got kicked out for 3 days. Got kicked out for 5. But I had learned like all summer that they were gonna, they were try to get at me. And I'm just like, oh, well, it's gonna happen. It's got to happen. I got to get to class. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But I think more, like I said, with me having such a goofy side and wanting to just laugh and enjoy and everything all the time. Makes people want to try you more. You know? Uncle Justin, like,
just super chill.
Yeah, he'll never smile, and if he does smile, you know what I'm saying, he's got a great personality. He'll laugh with you and everything, but he's still got that that rough.
He's
exterior.
more reserved. Yeah.
So me, I'm more outspoken. I like to act a fool. I have no filter. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's pretty much how I survived and lived in that town. You know, you gotta I lived and I survived there because that's what we're talking about. This racism. There were times where I've even fought a grown man when I was like 12. I hit him with a stick walking up the street. Jumped out said something about his son and came out on the porch, and I hit him with a stick and went to my house. There was one time we were walking, and that little kid was like 8. Hey, chocolate drop.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking 8 years old.
Right.
And I'm ignorant.
By the way, shout out, you didn't give me no help on that. I tried to chase him down, you started laughing instantly. Instantly. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, in fairness, we laughed at each other all the time. You would always show out for the drill team, and you would do that because they did their practice in the lobby, right?
Right.
Outside the basketball court.
Right.
And so you were always super athletic. Even to this day, you got like a 10-pack and 12-pack, and you don't even I feel like you don't even work out. It bothers the hell out of me.
I maintenance.
Okay. But you look good. You look good as hell.
I appreciate it.
I ain't into that.
That dad bod. This is, I can't do that.
That's not a dad bod, bro.
No, I'm saying they're saying that's what's hot now.
That is not. The bigger version.
So I done struck out on that. That's not gonna happen.
But I remember you used to do backflips and you used to run up the wall, right? And you were trying to show out one day for the drill team, and you ran up the wall. And
I got 2 out of 3. Okay, don't. I got the first 2.
We don't remember the 2. We don't remember the 2.
I remember the 2. I remember the 2 because I started talking mad trash to you about the 3rd. I was like, bro, I got this. You see me get out the other 2. Here, I'll do the 3rd one just to show, close it out. And I had stepped in some water.
Yeah.
So
was it water?
Yeah, it was water. I got that second foot on the wall, and it was. That's when that noise. That's where that noise came from. And I landed upside down. You know what I'm saying?
I don't remember any of that. I just remember you head down first. And all the girls going, oh my gosh. And before you even hit the ground, me busted up laughing.
Done.
And so they're asking you, are you okay? Are you okay? And I do very similar to how we do with our kids nowadays. They're fine. He's fine.
Right.
He's fine.
But you won't do that shit again.
That's exactly right. Right. Because if we're going to be stupid, then we're going to deal with the consequences.
Right.
And I feel like that's, something that's gone by the wayside. Going back.
Since we were young, we've been masters of unspoken communication.
Yeah.
And that's why we were so close with each other. We could feel it with each other's, excuse me. We could feel each other, what was going on with things. And
right.
So when we got older, actually your pop's passing and my pop's passing was one of the very first times in life I really didn't know how you felt about it.
Yeah.
So that's why we talked about it.
Yeah.
Other than that, we kind of really knew what was going on.
Sure.
And then we found out through the conversation, going back and forth, like, I'm like, that's not gonna help you, bro. And you're
right.
like, well, what did you do? I'm not with that either. So
right.
we're like, okay, so we have different ways with, coping with, a
and
loss.
that's everybody, right?
Yeah. So, but to me, it was surprising because all the other stuff that we have ever vibed on, that was the first time for us to talk and be like, okay, like
this is different.
Yeah.
Right.
But
in that moment, what I guess now I'm realizing is that we've always been living this fundamism. Like,
yes, sir.
We had problems when we were in high school. We had problems when we were in junior high. We had problems outside of high school. Mm-hmm. Hell, you went through some stuff that I want to talk about.
Right.
And when we got together, none of that stuff mattered.
At all.
And so that is like the epitome of fundamism, in that bad stuff is happening all around you, but if you surround yourself with people that lift you up and you focus on the stuff that's giving you strength, man, life is fantastic.
It's fantastic. It's like Rocky said, it ain't gonna be sunshine and rainbows, kid.
Wait, where was he from? Oklahoma?
That's my Sylvester Stallone. That's the best I can do right there. Sunshine and rainbows, kid. Yeah, That's why I adapted to fall down and stand back up. You know what I'm saying? That's from Rock.
Rock.
Hey, yo, Adrian,
See, that sounds a little better.
It was a little better. It's still country, though. I'm still country with it. I get in that country where I can't get out of that one, so I'm just going to skip and stay with the country right now. You know what I'm saying? My Italian is out the window. If I got any Italian friends, I'm sorry. I did y'all wrong right there, but...
So you had that CD?
Yeah, I did.
That was back when we were playing Mortal Kombat.
Liu Kang's right now. Woo! Liu Kang's right now at you. Stop doing the same move, CC. Stop doing the same move.
Hey, stop it.
Hey,
Why don't you stop it?
Stop these kicks. All those different things, you know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to be a rapper. I was in that stage.
I never wanted to be a rapper.
Why?
Because I'm not very musically inclined.
Bars.
I do. I spit.
Yes.
I mean, I can't. The thing that bothers me is if you give me something, like if you write it, I could spit it.
Right.
But I can't I can't come up with. Yeah, I can't. Well, it's like I've never tried, but I don't feel like I have that creativity in me. Because I don't want to be the tradition. I feel like when I start to write a rap, I feel like I'm writing a poem.
It's pretty much it, but it's just to a beat. You know what I'm saying? It's an art. If it, you know what I'm saying? If that's not your thing, it's not your thing.
But I want it to be. I also don't want to come across as the white dude that's, because...
Oh, no, it's totally accepted now.
But
you know what I'm saying?
But you understand what I'm saying.
What's going on? Old Town Road came out, and now everyone's confused. Black people, white people, everybody's... We don't know what to do now.
That's your favorite song, too,
right
now.
Just Ride the Wave, yeah. I got the horses in the bag. I sound just like him, didn't I? See?
Yeah, you do. That sounds a lot like your Sylvester Stallone.
Better than the Italian, right there. I'll stick with that. See, when I get to the country, that's because it's in me, man, For real. So I'm good at that one. But huge thing happened in my life that I just totally tricked off, but was like, hey, no regrets. Anyway, I was up there. We're doing these plyometric drills out there on the track where we're jumping and stuff like that. We're doing this for basketball because we're doing conditioning for a while. And there was a track coach. He had coached Maurice Green and Passion Richardson, all that stuff back in our day when they were, doing their thing. And Coach Hobson, I think his name was. He brought me over and he asked me, he was like, man, you got some leap in you. You ever did any track and field? And I was like, yeah, I went out 1 year in sophomore year. I think I went out because my mom was like, you better do something or get a job. I was like, not quite ready to get a job yet, Mom. So I'm going to go ahead and run track. So
I'm going to sling this green too. Right.
That was definitely going down. You know what I'm saying? I was entrepreneurial right there with that, making it happen. But, that's why I don't like snitches. Anyway, so he tells me, he's like, yeah, you got some hops there. And he asked me what I've done. I told him I did some long jump. Asked me what my longest was. I did 22.9 1/4. That was my longest long jump. So he takes me in there. He looks me up on this computer, finds out I had no idea I was ranked I was ranked third 1 through 6A for long jump. And so he was like, I want to offer you a full ride, a full scholarship here.
Wow.
For track.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, for track. So I was like, bet. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking on for basketball. I'm going to do this full ride for track. You know what I'm saying? Get these, the Pell Grants, all this kind of stuff. So the thing that happened was I passed all my classes. I had this math class that you have to it's online as well. And so I'm going online. I'm doing my work. I'm turning stuff in like I'm supposed to. Everything's good. And then I get my grade and I have an F for the class, period. And I'm just like, no, what is this? And he tells me I failed for attendance. I'm supposed to go to class too, on top of...
That's not a thing in college. I didn't go to college. I mean, I went to college, but I didn't go to all of my classes.
I went to college and didn't go to college. That's what I'm explaining.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because after I heard that, he put me on academic probation and I couldn't play basketball. And I thought ball was life. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I ended up quitting.
Started wilding out, too.
Yeah. I ended up quitting. And since I couldn't get any jobs, everything I applied for, have you been convicted of a felony? Yes. Possession. My ground wire.
So you got into construction.
Okay, yeah. So the first thing I worked was construction. And I mean, I hated it. I couldn't stand it. Like, we were doing basements. And with these things, like, I guess these new school, when you pull away the forms from the concrete, they got machines now that lift those big forms out of there.
Yes.
They didn't have them when I was working.
Okay.
We were pushing those things out and stuff like that. And I couldn't stand it, man. So, you know what I'm saying? From that point, jumped from anything construction-wise, I've definitely done it, to before there was a little gap where my felony didn't hit my record yet. So I did all the retail I could. I worked at the shoe places but still I wouldn't stand up in that place. I was hustling. Mm-hmm. You want some shoes? All right. You tell me which ones you want, and then I put them in the trash and take the trash out. You know what I'm saying? Forget that employee discount, bro. Yeah. No. I'm gonna take the trash out. You come take the trash in about 30 minutes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we'll pick up my cash later.
Wow,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler, homie. Yeah. So but yeah, it wasn't, and it's just because I knew, like, I was thinking, I was going to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, well, I didn't see movies. You probably need to get your stack up so when you get out, you have something. Right. So that whole time I was going, during summer and all that kind of stuff, I'm hustling. I'm trying to make more money. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, after I got the legit jobs, I mean, I went through everything, from delivery driving to I've worked for, like I said, retail, sales,
heating and cooling,
detailing cars for a minute. I did that.
A little bit of training in there.
Personal training. I was doing that. Still need to be certified. Not certified. If I hurt anybody, sorry about that. But I felt like I had the good advice. I still need to get certified. I love doing that. That's a good passion.
Weren't you an electrician? Or
I went to the Painters Union.
Painters.
I was in the Painters Union. I got in school for electrical engineering.
Yes. And
the school actually closed on me, so I didn't get to finish my associates for that.
Right.
Yep. Shout out to ITT Tech.
Hey, what's the theme song? We should write it.
What that? No, that's not ITT Tech. You're talking about that Saturday.
No, I'm not. I'm saying we should write one.
Oh, we should write one? Oh, it's not gonna be. You're not gonna be able to air it if I write it. You're not gonna be able to put it on the show or nothing like that. It's gonna say explicit lyrics on the cover before I. Oh man.
But hey, all them teachers up there, IT Tech, we respect what you do.
They're not even open. They can't even hear this. So. You don't even have to put that lie out there like that. They closed down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, completely. They shut down all of them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yep.
Well, hey, forget you then. Hey, but if you guys went on to get a lucrative career elsewhere, we admire you for that. Moments from our interactions together.
Top 3. Man, that's tough.
Okay, so what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Like we went ham or something funny happened?
Top 3. First one that came to my mind as soon as you said that, what's the top 3? You didn't even finish it. And my mom's came into play and everything. It was when we're on the trampoline. You don't want to talk about your backflips, but you had tried to cut one, too. You tried to cut this backflip. You landed straight on your neck. And all kind of curse words came out. And my mom came outside as soon as I saw her come outside. I put my hand over your mouth.
So this is explicit right now. I remember this vividly. I thought I broke my neck, okay? And so earmuffs, if the kids are in the car, I remember on repeat, like the record was broken. Oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh shit, oh gosh, oh damn. I mean, over and over. And so Shirley Brown comes out, and it wasn't, is he okay?
I said,
What's wrong with your boy?
What y'all doing?
Oh, and side note, you're covering my mouth.
I covered your mouth. I said, my mom.
Yeah.
My mom. So like there's tears coming out. Your like
Yes.
face is red. I'm thinking, it's probably broke. But it's probably broke with those words, those words. We can't do that.
Right. Okay, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Okay, so you say trampoline.
Okay.
So you got your 3. I told you it's gonna be improv. Like you're gonna remind me of something.
All right.
So we're jumping on the trampoline, and you're up in the tree like a knucklehead. And
I remember this one.
and I'm bouncing. John Stoner and I are bouncing on the trampoline. And
This one's disputed though. Go
No,
ahead
it's
and finish.
not
Go
disputed,
ahead and
dog.
finish,
You
though.
threw a
It's
freaking
disputed.
stick out of the
I
tree
threw
and
a
you hit me straight in the earlobe. Like
I threw a stick in the other direction and
No.
you dove to it, man.
And so I move up in the middle of a lesson. And so you do the exact same thing and move your chair up just directly behind me.
Yep.
And so I say, Cece, stop. And I move it again and you follow me. And again, and it's the loudest. I mean, it's clearly everybody sees it. Everybody hears it. It's the loudest thing you ever heard. And Miss Klug's telling us to stop acting up. Well, by the time it's all said and done, my desk is all the way up by the chalkboard.
Past the teacher's desk. Past her desk. And I'm right behind you, next to the teacher.
She says, go to the hall. And so we look at each other and look back at her and we say, together?
We're like, yes.
So we go out to the hall. You're sitting on the right side of the door and I'm sitting on the left. And it lasted all of 45 seconds, 2 minutes maybe. And she comes out and she says, go to the principal's office. Because we were so loud and obnoxious.
Right. Yep. Yeah.
That was a good time,
Yeah,
man.
that was a good time. We got work done though. We were good students.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the thing was, we would get work done, and then it's like,
I feel like that's the metaphor for life. Like, you know,
Do
many
work,
of you, yes.
And then then
Many
get
of you
your
maybe
stuff
listen to this and say, but I'm not a ham like that. That's okay. What is you? What makes you smile?
Exactly.
What is the stuff that you do that makes you happy? Because if you do more of that, then all this crap that gets in your way will be mitigated.
It won't matter. The universe will move it, I swear.
The universe will move it.
It will move it.
Maybe that's the title. The universe will move it. I feel like it's good grief. Shout out to Charlie Brown.
Blockhead.
What's another one? Give me another one.
This one right here. I don't know if you remember this one, but you obviously remember me not working while you're excavating these houses. So
I do remember that.
So this was probably on one of those days where I'm trying to get my speakers and stuff to work.
Yes.
You just threw something in the trash, thing, and you trip on the ruts of the yard.
Yes.
You fall one way, like roll that ankle, fall the other way, roll that ankle, then end up falling on the ground. And hit the sit-ups on me.
I had to play it off.
You had to play it off. You know what I'm saying?
It was a nasty
and that's
fall.
that's a metaphor for life too. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's gonna trip you up.
That's
knock
right.
you down, things
Make
like
fun
that.
of yourself and move on.
No, play it off.
Oh, play it off.
Don't make fun of yourself. Play it off.
I still do that
I'm
to
just
that
gonna
day.
hit those push-ups. 98, 99,
Cece, to
100.
this day, I just tripped out.
Bro, you were trying to get your Denzel award for that one. You're nominated best.
So on camera,
Nominated best slap.
I wasn't nominated. I won that. Following that, they actually did away with the award because there's like, we can't talk about that.
Did you see his face in slow-mo? I mean...
So this was back when beta was popular, but VHS, we were recording and we were doing these skits and we had these like personas that we had made up. And Cece was always just a freak of a man. It could beat up anybody in the room. And he did. I mean, he would constantly do work on me in jest, like for fun, right? I never won anything on him in terms of physical activities. And so
we did do that a lot, though.
Always.
That's why I admired your heart. I'm going to put that out there. I told you I had a slap box that one day. I was like, "Oh, are we gonna quit?" And
No,
it was like hours into the night.
try.
You're like, "No, I'm gonna get one on you." I'm like, "Damn, okay."
Hey, I got my one.
He got hard though. You did get that one. No.
So on video, I remember, I don't know, we were talking mess, and on video, I remember I reached the hand all the way back, and we put it in slow-mo. Cece, you see his lips moving before I even connect. And I smacked the shit out you. Excuse my language. I never hit somebody that hard.
It was nasty.
And you took it in stride and played it off, and we just kept on with the skit. And that's just one example of just, what we would do to to have fun and get out of the moment and just turn up, because life can be fun if you allow it to. So
that was before we were before Key and Peele, any of that stuff, any improvs. We were the original. Yeah, that was it life. Not just us. You know what I'm saying? All our friends that were around us, we kept it like that, man. We had. Yeah.
Well, we're going to have to do more of that stuff.
Yes,
so if you enjoyed this podcast, Cece has got so much more to offer you. Please hit me up, comment, send me a note. If you want to see more Cece Brown on the Fundamism podcast, or potentially you want us to do some fun Fundamism in the streets, hit me up and we will please you.
No, sir. Supersize that.
Hey, man, I love you like a brother. You've been there since the 5th grade. You know, one of the things that we talk about that most people don't always understand, there's a lot of people that get emotional when you lose friends, or when you lose contact, or you don't stay in touch. And we've gone through 10, 15 of those. And just like true friends do, the moment that we connect, it's like it never stops, right? It just picks up because that's family, and that's what we do. And I'm reminded of our 20th class reunion when we hung out the other day, and I remember no less than 5 people saying, "Those guys will never change."
There they go. There they go. That's what they said. There they go. Here we go.
And so why can't you, listener, be the same? Like, stop thinking that because you're 50 years old or you're 37 years old or whatever it may be, that you can't have fun and you can't act a fool and you can't be childlike, because you can. You're getting in your way. And if you want to have more fun, all you got to do is get out of your head, gravitate towards the things that give you strength. And if you don't know how to do it, well, keep listening to the Fundamism podcast. Go to pauljlong.com, pick up the Fundamism books. I got your help.
Grab that book, though.
CC, it's an absolute pleasure, man. Thanks, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. On, hey, guys, challenging you as always here on the Fundamism podcast. Go gravitate towards things that give you strength. Do something fun today and create some fun, joy, and fulfillment in the life of others. Until next time, deuces!